Toastmaster Muhammad Junaid. His topic is how to earn the greatest wealth. How to earn the greatest wealth. Toastmaster Muhammad Junaid.
Almost a year back, I was standing on the famous Jeddah restaurant in Nazimabad to buy some barbecue items for home. While standing in the queue of customers, the inside internal auditor came out of me and I started observing surroundings. As I was observing, I saw a boy seemingly from a poor family, as evident from his dull clothes and dull face outlook, who was standing there waiting for someone to get him food. The boy saw the waiter coming out of the restaurant and keeping the empty crates of the cold drinks outside. As soon as the waiter moved inside to serve the customers dining in, the poor boy rushed to that place and sat down and started drinking the leftover cold drink from the empty crate. By observing this, I could not hold my tears, as I could clearly see the sense of achievement and excitement on the face of the boy, which I could not see in my children because usually they could get it whenever they wanted. Contest chair, respected president, fellow Toastmasters and guests, it's not the money, the fame, the more of it, or the vehicle you are driving that will make you contented, but it's the sense of achievement and excitement which you can get by whatever you have that will make you contented. Today, I'll be discussing a couple of points on how to earn the greatest wealth, that is the contentment. Coming to my first point, I would advise you to think of the blessings which you have and not to think of what you don't have. To think of the blessings which others die for. Imagine for a while, if you did not have eyes, hands or legs, how miserable the life would be for you. Observe people with such disabilities and how difficult it is for them to carry out the day-to-day work. Go and ask a blind and he will be ready to pay billions to achieve what you have by default. This reminds me of a little story. Once a person, a father of a daughter, called me and said, Junaid, can you help me in getting a tutor for my daughter for Quran? I replied, okay, let me check. But have you explored the online resources? I think they would be much easier for the convenience of your home. He replied, Junaid, you're right, but my daughter is blind and she won't be able to use a computer. And his reply shocked me. Remember, contentment is not the satisfaction of whatever you want, but it is the realization of what you already have. Coming to my second point, I would advise you to don't compare, as the outcome is frustration and complex instead of satisfaction. People want to get more money, status, fame as they see other people getting. From school life, this thinking of comparison is inculcated in us by the traditional assessment and grading system, and then by defining ages for each cycle of school and college life. For example, we assume matriculation must be at the age 16, intermediate at 18, professional qualification at 25, and so on and so forth. In this age, social media is a major contributor in boosting these comparisons. People ruthlessly post about the birth of their child, dining at famous restaurant, driving a BMW, Mercedes, or traveling around the world, without realizing the fact that the other people reading their feeds may not have these blessings. I know a childhood friend of mine, Arshad, whose wife hailed from a very simple family, and she turned into a very demanding one because of this social media. One day she would come to Arshad and ask, Arshad, why not go to Baby Planet shop? And Arshad would say, why? And she would convincingly say, Arshad, I saw a picture of my daughter's friend and she was wearing clothes of that shop and she was really looking cool. And you know, there were 100 likes on that. And this is not the end of the story. Arshad also wants his wife to do what the wives of his friends are doing and tagging their husbands. Moving on to the last point, the last point is to stay positive and happy. Positive thinking will improve your mood and give you more confidence and reduce the likelihood of depression. Learning to think positively is like strengthening your muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it will be. Whenever you encounter challenging situations in life, try to get something positive out of that, however be it small. For example, if you're stuck in a traffic, it's easier to curse the government or the system or the other people. The other way could be to find time to make important calls, or maybe you can explore the shops nearby. If you go, say, to a nearby superstore and you find that the food store is out of food you want to cook, you can simply enjoy the thrill of trying something new. Fellow Toastmasters, to conclude, I would conclude that think of the blessings you have, don't compare yourself with others, and stay positive and happy. I would end with the quote of Benjamin Franklin, that contentment makes poor men rich and discontent makes rich men poor. Over to you, contestants.